Increasing strain could be placed on Bournemouth's care service after new reports today indicate the amount of dementia sufferers could exceed 1 million by the year 2025. Gurney has more.
Dementia, which is a mild form of Alzheimer's disease, results in long-term memory loss. In Poole and Bournemouth, there are almost 12,000 people suffering from the disease, which at present is incurable. Last year, the council provided funding to open memory cafes in Wimborne and Poole. The cafes acted to identify early signs of dementia and offer advice to people affected by the disease.
Concern and Help the Aged do offer a free information helpline. They can get information also on our website, where there's a whole lot of information available for different issues like insurance, health issues, what products we sell. You can actually buy products from us now online. I do think people are aware of dementia. Whether there's that help out there that they're aware of is another story. I'm sure there is help available at doctor surgeries, hospitals and the Age Concern Help the Aged shops, definitely. They just need to ask.
The question now is whether the government will offer more money for local councils to deal with the issue of dementia. Each dementia patient costs the UK economy £28,000 a year, which is 5 times more than a cancer patient, raising concerns on how the government will fund the increasing rise in people diagnosed with dementia each year. This is Gurney reporting for iNEWS.
Since its construction, Bournemouth iMax has come under severe criticism from many residents. But as many councillors and leaseholders attempt to settle the building's future, one man is fighting its corner. Mintz-Lowe has more.
Thanks, Julia. Well, the saga surrounding the iMax really does roll on. Just a couple of weeks ago, it seemed like a near certainty that the building would be demolished. But since then, the owners of the Sheridan Group have come out publicly saying they want to reopen and start showing films again. And now a local man, Brian Jenner, has actually started his own campaign to keep the building open. I spoke to him earlier. Let's see what he had to say.
I care about the future of this town, and I just think it's absurd that they're demolishing a building that's perfectly serviceable and getting rid of a cinema that, if you were going to dream up a new leisure facility for the local area, an IMAX cinema would probably be one of the top of your list. It could be one of the main attractions in Bournemouth. You know, when I go up to London, going to Waterloo, the IMAX there is one of the options that I would think about. If you walk past Westover Road, on a Wednesday when they have that cheap mobile phone offer for 2 cinema tickets for 1, they're queuing all the way down to Waterstones. If you look in the IMAX, there's a stage, and there's also obviously a cinema, and there's potential gallery space. And here's a fantastic opportunity to create something in what's forever, for whatever reason, is an iconic building, like Tate's Bournemouth, or an art house cinema, or a fringe theatre.
Well, interesting stuff there from Brian Jenner. We're going to have to keep an eye on this one, see how this story develops in the coming weeks. Back to the studio.
Thank you, Oliver. So your camera or torch batteries go dead. If you use rechargeable batteries, the solution is easy. Just plug them in until they're done. But if you use disposable batteries, they're finished. Well, not quite. Neville has been checking out a new environmental rule for retailers. But how many people know about it?
So the batteries in my remote control have gone dead. Perhaps I should just throw them in the bin. But on the other hand, there are plenty of chemicals in batteries that, if they go into a landfill site, are going to pollute the environment and not be good for human health. So here's a bag of batteries. I wonder if there's something in Bournemouth that will help me dispose of them. So what will happen to the batteries once they're in that box?
Once they're in that box, and that's up to a reasonable weight, shall we say, we've got a collection number on the back. Call them up, they come and collect that and take it away.
Do you recycle things?
I do.
You do?
Yes.
And are batteries part of what you recycle?
No, I'm afraid not.
Okay. If I told you that batteries perhaps have sort of, could be quite harmful in the environment, would that make any difference at all?
Well, I would. I threw some away the other day, and I knew that I thought I should do something else with them other than just put them in the bin.
Right.
But I didn't know what to do.
There's actually been a new rule introduced on Monday.
Okay.
And shops now have to provide a bin for people to put batteries in when they finish with them.
Oh, right.
Would that make any difference to you?
Yeah.
First of all, I just wanted to ask if you're aware of the new regulations that have come out about recycling batteries.
Yeah, as a company we're aware of that, and we now understand that we need to offer recycling of batteries for our customers.
And are you aware that there's been a new, it's not a legislation, but a new rule that's come out saying that places like Smiths and so on have to now provide containers for people to recycle batteries?
No.
No. You're aware of that?
No.
No. Would it make a difference to you if you knew that shops had that facility? And
Yes, it might well do, yes.
Bournemouth University students are infuriated by the lecturers' redundancies taking place halfway through their academic terms. The changes, which included substantial job cuts and replacement of all teaching staff, have caused a lot of controversy concerning the quality of education. The intentions of these changes have been directed to increase the quality of learning, which already has proved itself working. After a new staff with the strongest research background has been introduced in Conservation Science School, the university first ever appeared in the journal Science. However, students are feeling that the new introductions could jeopardize their learning experience.
I think the implications are really serious. As you said, it's happening in the Conservation Sciences department, but it is happening in the business school as well. And we see that affects the quality of the learning and the service as an academic service. It does affect the environment, because you see people more tense. If you start a project supervision with one person and it's just like reallocated, I wouldn't feel comfortable to just change in the middle of a project. As you have a timetable, a methodology, everything ready for one person, I don't feel comfortable with just changing it. I think it should be more.
I think the university authorities need to be honest and open about the funding they've got and what the implications are. Whether that means that there are going to be pressures on the staff, there'll certainly be pressures on the students, won't there? That if they're not getting the consistency of tuition or the hours of tuition, it's going to be reflected in the courses. And the quality of their education may well, if they're left to self-directed study, the quality might suffer. Comes down to the quality of the students, doesn't it? But it has to be that education needs to be directed.
Bournemouth Borough Council is attacking government's points-based system that virtually inhibits international students from gaining a visa into the United Kingdom. Rupert has more.
Bournemouth Borough Council is attacking the government's points-based system that virtually inhibits international students from gaining a visa into the United Kingdom. Councillor Stephen McLaughlin said the government's efforts have been criticised as being a misguided attempt on counter-terrorism. Currently, international pupils make up 20% of the school beginners and intermediates, with level 3 being the current permissible level for entry, but this could soon change to level 4, which is degree level. Bournemouth's foreign student population offers financial benefits to host families, shops, taxis and buses, contributing to the tertiary sector. The benefits also encourage social cohesion by providing cultural awareness. Councillor Mark Anderson said international students already pay high fees and are good for the economy. Losing this money would have catastrophic implications. He later added, if government plans go ahead, all language schools will close and Bournemouth would stand to lose an estimated £200 million. If the government's plans are implemented, it would make it extremely difficult to attract visa national students who are not proficient in English to gain access to England to study. Consequently, other English-speaking countries like Australia and the Americans would stand to gain from Britain's loss.
A bizarre art installation involving a dead dog had to be removed from footpath near Bournemouth University following a spate of complaints. Residents complained after seeing the installation of rotting bird hanging by strings from a wooden framework. No one has come forward to claim responsibility, but RSPCA has appealed for any information regarding the death of the bird. That's all in iNEWS today. We will be back with more at the 6th afternoon. Remember, you can check out the news at our website snap.bournemouth.ac.uk. Thank you for watching. Good afternoon.